created by a grassroots community movement. People who believed that the city government wasn't doing enough to help our young people. Because the community spoke clearly, for more than 20 years, the Children's Fund has supported early child care and education, before and after school programs, job training and placement for teens, health and nutrition services for children and youth, parent and family resources, and programs to reduce violence in homes and neighborhoods where young people live. In 2004, the community spoke again and voted to establish the Public Education Enrichment Fund, or PEEF. 1/3 of PEEF goes to Preschool for All, a groundbreaking program to help every San Francisco 4-year-old go to preschool. Another third of PEEF helps the school district maintain quality sports, libraries, arts, and music. And the last third of PEEF goes to the school district to fund programs such as in-school wellness centers, student support, and translation. San Francisco is a city that believes kids matter. Together, the Children's Fund and PEEF provide more than $100 million every year for our city's young people. PEEF has put 18,000 4-year-olds through a year of preschool. The Children's Fund reaches more than 50,000 kids and thousands of families through programs that complement in-school learning and help youth grow into healthy, successful adults. At a time when schools in other cities no longer have art or music teachers, libraries, or athletic programs, PEEF is the reason San Francisco's young people still have these resources. We should celebrate the successes and acknowledge what's working, but we also know there's more work to be done. San Francisco is just so fast-paced, like you grow up so quickly here.
I grew up here in San Francisco. I lived in Chinatown for 14 years of my life, and now I'm in the Richmond district.
I came here when I was 12, and one of the amazing things that happened to me here in the city was the ESL program at Everett Middle School, and because at that time I was an English learner.
I would hope that there would be more families in San Francisco. I feel that there are not enough kids here to carry on the legacy of San Francisco.
A lot of them are just like struggling to survive or to get by. Families I see. When families are struggling as a whole unit, the focus isn't really on like the youth development. It's more like just go to school, just kind of do something or do anything.
Many youth face depression.
Seeing homeless people every day, or drug addicts, or gangs, and you hear about all these negative things, but when we grow up around them, I feel like youth need a lot more resources.
Many of them are just looking for someone to talk about their problems and looking for someone who will be able to give them self-esteem and motivation to learn.
Enrichment opportunities, especially for young females, more preschool programs, safer parks.
We are in a powerful position right now because we currently know the issues that we're facing. We currently know what's going on in the city and how we see it through our lens.
Opportunities in different fields, which I would be leading towards construction, cooking classes for culinary, teaching. I was in a teaching program that really made me explore more into teaching, and I actually want to become a teacher. We have a lot of programs. I wish they were more connected in order to support youth through a full successful transition. So and that includes everything like role models, health and wellness. I think mental health.
Ese fue uno de los obstáculos aplicando yo para la universidad que no podía aplicar a muchas becas porque tenía el deseo, pero no podía aplicar porque no tenía un número de seguro social a ese tiempo. Anybody should have the right to apply to scholarships, and everybody should have the same shot at something like a higher education.
And not just looking at education as in school, but education within the community. Folks around us, the community members that are involved within that neighborhood. That's just not saying, hey, we already support the GCYF funding, but it's actually you guys being a part of the action. Not just placing the space for us, but actually being part of the movement.
We have the Children's Fund because in 1991 the community demanded it. We have PEEF because in 2004 we made a promise to strengthen education. These are our children. This is our city. What will we as a community set our sights on today?
Please welcome San Francisco Unified School District Superintendent Richard Bruenza.
So ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We're glad you're here. We hope that you've been able to get something to eat. We hope that you're comfortable. And we hope that over the next couple of hours, we're going to spend some quality time sharing our thoughts, our dreams, our hopes in a very organic and very real way. We are very interested in hearing what you have to say around these two very, very important initiatives that I'll tell you, as we travel across the United States, there is no other community in the United States that has a children's fund or PEEF in the way that we do in San Francisco. So we're excited about that. Before I share some thoughts with you, I do want to recognize some folks that are in the room. And I'd like to start by welcoming and thank you for being here. One of our commissioners, our Board of Education commissioners, Dr. Emily Marassi. Are you here? Thank you for being here, Dr. Marassi. I would also like to welcome and thank you for being here, President of United Educators of San Francisco, Mr. Dennis Kelly, and Mr. Junior President Kelly. The Executive Vice President of United Educators of San Francisco, Susan Solomon. Thank you for being here, Susan. And the person who is responsible for helping us organize this evening, the Executive Director of Mo Magic and a good friend of the children of San Francisco, Ms. Cheryl Davis. And someone who opens her doors to us as a community more often than not. She's always so hospitable to us. But I want to personally thank the Executive Director of the African American Art and Cultural Center, Ms. Kimberly Hayes. Thank you for opening your doors. So ladies and gentlemen, why are we here this evening? This is the first of multiple community engagement opportunities in which we want to hear from the community. We want to hear from you. As you know, the Mayor's Office and the School District, San Francisco Unified, are committed to ensuring that our children in San Francisco not only can live but thrive in our community. And these two initiatives do just that. Provide us an opportunity to make sure that our children have an environment in which they can not only live and grow, but can thrive in our community. And as you know, despite all of the wonderful intentions that we have and despite all of the great efforts that we have, we face some considerable challenges. We are losing our African American student population and families in San Francisco. We are faced with an achievement gap in which our children of color, our children in poverty, our children with disabilities, our English language learner students are not achieving and experiencing the quality of life of other children in San Francisco. We also know that we have tremendous assets. And when we talk about assets, we typically think about organizations, we typically think about funding. I'm going to ask us to turn that paradigm on its head. When we talk about assets tonight, we're talking about you. We're talking about students who are in the room. We're talking about parents that are in the room. We're talking about community members. We're talking about mothers and fathers and grandmothers and grandfathers and aunts and uncles. We're talking about San Franciscans in the room. So we want to hear your voice, and your voice is going to be captured, and what you share with us is going to be part of what we're going to take to develop how we go forward around the Children's Fund and the PEEF as we go forward for renewal. We're excited about the work that is happening. As you saw from the video, 1991 was when the voters first approved the Children's Fund, 2004 PEEF. Now, I want you to think back, what was your life like in 1991? What was your life like in 2000 when the Children's Fund was renewed? What was your life like in 2004? And I would venture to wager that every single one of us had a different life experience at those particular points in time. So what is important and what sometimes you may hear is, what's the big deal? Let's just start organizing. Let's start beating the streets. Let's start organizing for the ballot. I'm going to ask you to take a step back and think. If our circumstances have changed since the last time these initiatives were authorized, then it behooves us all to come together and re-examine our current paradigm. What are our current challenges? What are our current relationships? How do we work together? And I will tell you that in many respects, there is a synergistic relationship that is happening in the city and county of San Francisco where the lines between electives and school district and community-based organizations are becoming more and more blurred. And I'll tell you why that's happening. Because we all are committed to the notion that we want a great place to live and learn and grow for children. So as we go through our process this evening, as I've shared some of the challenges that we have amongst many in our community, I want you to think through that lens. How are we going to go forward to the voters of San Francisco and say, we want to reauthorize these initiatives in a way that's going to leave no child untouched by the largesse of our community. No child will not have an opportunity to be successful. There will be no child in San Francisco that does not have the opportunity through an equity lens to be healthy, to be educated, and to be a lifelong resident of San Francisco if he or she chooses to do that. So that's our challenge this evening, and I want us to have fun. We want you to be comfortable, we want you to eat, and we want you more than anything to please share freely with us your thoughts, your hopes, your dreams, your challenges, quite frankly, as we together as a community start to come together and really talk about how we will go forward to reauthorize the Children's Fund and the Public Education Enrichment Fund in the future. So on behalf of everyone in San Francisco, and especially the 56,000 students in San Francisco, I say to you, thank you for being here.
It's like 5 to 6 of them, and they're using the same hallways and bathrooms, but they consider homeless, but they try to say that they're not homeless, but they are homeless. So I mean, those people have been in that predicament for years, so it's been added on and coming along for a long time, but there's still no subsidies coming down. It's always low income, and it's not for people that was raised here, born here in San Francisco. It's actually a way of keeping them out. Exactly.
Because when I went back to the community, it was still negative. At least I had a piece of positive there. You know, and that was my outlet. I loved to go to school just because of her. And a lot of the teachers that I was surrounded with.
High school, what would you have wanted in middle school?
I would have wanted the same exact thing, but it wasn't like that in middle school.
Because she came to you. Once again, she came to you.
Well, actually, I went to school, and she made sure that I was like she knew my situation. She had conversations with my mom. She knew where I lived.
Somebody got you to the school.
Right. To where she made sure that when I went home, I didn't have no opportunity to go and hang outside. Like she made a way and made a point to say, I'm going to chill with this kid all day if I have to make sure that when he goes home, he's going home doing his homework and going to sleep.
So what we're talking about, all these things that we're talking about here, again, this is about you guys, you know. Does it sound right? Does it sound real? Does it sound possible? Does it sound like we aren't doing enough?
It sounds like people are like doing a lot to our best to make sure we stay out the streets and everything.
Are you getting what you need today?
Yeah.
You are. You're set. You're good.
I'm getting most of the things I need to.
Right. What aren't you getting?
What I'm not getting is, mainly a little bit more guidance.
Guidance in what way?
Like, there's people out there, they say go to school and stuff. Like the same thing I was talking about last time, like going to college and everything. Like they tell us like we can get to college and everything, but when we get out of high school, where do we go? Because we can't get into a college, and what are we gonna do? There's no one guiding us there to make sure we gotta get into it.
Take a note of that. We need to make sure we pay attention.